Have you ever wondered how different personalities can coexist within a single entity? Imagine a three-headed dragon, each head representing a unique personality. This mythical creature is not just a product of fantasy, but a metaphor for the complexities of our own human psyche. Now let's take a closer look at each head. The first head of our dragon represents the emotional child, a personality that is impulsive, sensitive, and driven by feelings. This head embodies our raw, unfiltered emotions, our joys and fears, our dreams and insecurities. It's the part of us that yearns for comfort and recoils from pain, that seeks pleasure and avoids discomfort at all costs. The second head is the judgmental parent, a critical and demanding personality. This head represents our internalized voices of authority, the societal standards and expectations we've absorbed over time. It's the part of us that reprimands the emotional child within us, that pushes us to conform, to suppress our true feelings, to strive for perfection and fear failure. Then, we come to the third head, the healthy adult. This is the rational, balanced personality that mediates between the emotional child and the judgmental parent. The healthy adult is the voice of reason, the part of us that acknowledges our feelings without being overwhelmed by them, that recognizes our flaws without berating ourselves, that strives for growth without fearing failure. Initially, there's a lot of tension between these heads. The emotional child and judgmental parent are constantly at odds, creating a chaotic and unhealthy dynamic. The emotional child is often silenced by the judgmental parent, causing feelings of guilt, shame, and inadequacy. Meanwhile, the healthy adult struggles to mediate between these two conflicting heads, to bring balance and harmony to the dragon. But this is just the beginning of our journey. As we delve deeper, we'll uncover how these heads learn to interact harmoniously. We'll explore how the emotional child can express its feelings without fear of judgment, how the judgmental parent can nurture instead of criticize, and how the healthy adult can foster a balanced and harmonious interaction between these personalities. Stay tuned. Meet the emotional child, the first head of our dragon, a whirlwind of feelings and impulses. This head isn't defined by age, but rather by its distinct characteristics. It's the part of us that's raw and unfiltered, the embodiment of immediate needs, desires, and emotions. It acts on the spur of the moment, driven by what it wants right now. Imagine a child in a candy store, eyes wide with wonder, reaching out to grab anything and everything that catches its fancy. That's our emotional child. It's the part of us that leaps without looking, that screams with joy or cries in frustration, without any regard for appropriateness or consequences. The emotional child is not all impulsivity and chaos, though. It's also the source of our most genuine emotions. It's where our joy, curiosity, and excitement spring from. It's this head that enables us to experience the world in its full intensity, to engage with life in a deeply personal and passionate way. But this emotional child isn't always easy to live with. Its capriciousness can be a challenge, especially when it comes to interacting with the other heads of our dragon. It's like a spark that can ignite a fire at any moment. It's unpredictable, volatile, and can throw the entire dragon off balance. The emotional child doesn't understand the concept of patience or the need for restraint. It wants what it wants, and it wants it now. This impulsive and emotional nature often leads to clashes with the judgmental parent and the healthy adult, who operate on a more rational level. The judgmental parent, with its rules and expectations, often finds itself at odds with the emotional child's spontaneous nature. Similarly, the healthy adult, who tries to balance emotion with reason, often struggles to manage the emotional child's outbursts. So, the emotional child, while being the source of pure, unfiltered emotion, also introduces a degree of conflict within the three-headed dragon. The emotional child's spontaneous and emotional nature often clashes with the other heads, leading to conflict. But remember, conflict isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's how we handle it that matters, and that's something we'll explore further in the next scenes. Now let's turn to the second head, the judgmental parent, a voice of authority and criticism. This head, the judgmental parent, is a distinct entity, often clothed in authority and armed with a critical voice. It's characterized by its drive to maintain control, to dictate the course of action, to set the rules. It's the voice in our heads that insists on perfection, and is quick to point out when we fall short. Picture a stern parent, quick to admonish, slow to praise. This parent's love, it seems, comes with conditions. This is the essence of the judgmental parent, a voice that is both compelling and convicting. But this voice, while it may seem harsh, often arises from a place of concern. It's driven by a desire to protect, to prevent harm, to ensure success. But its method? That's where the complication begins. The judgmental parent's critical nature can be a source of tension. It can amplify the emotional child's feelings of inadequacy, fueling a cycle of self-doubt and insecurity. The judgmental parent's constant demand for perfection can feel like an unscalable mountain for the emotional child, leading to frustration and despair. But it's not just the emotional child that bears the brunt of the judgmental parent's criticism. The judgmental parent's voice can also stifle the healthy adult, undermining its attempts to mediate, to find balance, to foster understanding. The judgmental parent's authoritative nature can be equally problematic. Its insistence on control can breed resentment, stifling the individuality and independence of the other heads. It can prevent the emotional child from expressing its feelings, from learning to navigate its emotions. It can hinder the healthy adult's ability to foster growth, to build resilience, to promote well-being. The judgmental parent, with its critical and authoritative nature, complicates the relationship among the heads. It provokes conflict, fuels tension, and hinders growth. But it's crucial to remember that this judgmental parent, like the other heads, is a part of us. Its voice, while it can be harsh, can also be a source of motivation, of drive, of resilience. The judgmental parent's harsh criticism often exacerbates the conflict within the dragon. Finally, we have the third head, the healthy adult, a beacon of rationality and balance. This head is the epitome of stability, clarity, and wisdom. In the cacophony of emotional turmoil and judgment, the voice of the healthy adult often resonates with a calm and steady tone. The healthy adult's personality is a blend of empathy, understanding, and logical reasoning. It doesn't succumb to the whims of emotions like the emotional child, nor does it lean towards harsh judgment like the judgmental parent. Instead, it seeks a middle ground, a balanced position that harmonizes both aspects. Imagine a calm sea amidst a storm. That's the healthy adult for you. It's not swayed by the emotional child's storms of feelings or the judgmental parent's gusts of criticisms. It holds its ground gently but firmly, navigating through the tempest with a clear vision and a steady hand. The healthy adult is a master of emotional intelligence. It understands the emotional child's need for validation and the judgmental parent's need for control. It empathizes with both, yet it doesn't let itself be ruled by either. It knows when to let the emotional child express its feelings and when to let the judgmental parent voice its concerns. But what's most important is how the healthy adult mediates the conflict among the heads. It doesn't take sides. Instead, it listens and understands, then rationalizes and guides. It reminds the emotional child that it's okay to feel, but not to be overwhelmed by those feelings. It assures the judgmental parent that while maintaining order is crucial, it's equally important to be understanding and forgiving. In essence, the healthy adult is the fulcrum that balances the emotional child and the judgmental parent. It's the voice of reason in the midst of chaos, the light that guides the way. It teaches the other heads to coexist, to respect each other's roles, and to work together for the betterment of the whole. The healthy adult, with its balanced perspective, holds the key to resolving the dragon's internal conflict. How can these heads, with their distinct personalities, ever find a common ground? A valid question indeed, but remember, harmony often blossoms from the unlikeliest of places. Consider the three-headed dragon. Each head represents a distinct part of our psyche: the emotional child, the judgmental parent, and the healthy adult. At first, these parts seem to be at odds with each other. The emotional child reacts impulsively, the judgmental parent responds critically, and the healthy adult? Well, the healthy adult is caught in the middle trying to mediate between the two. So how does this mediation occur? It starts with understanding. The healthy adult is the voice of reason, the one who acknowledges the emotional child's feelings without judgment, and helps the judgmental parent see the value in those emotions. It's about creating a safe space where the emotional child can express feelings without fear of criticism, and the judgmental parent can voice concerns without causing hurt. This process is a delicate dance, a balancing act of empathy and assertiveness. The healthy adult must validate the emotional child's feelings, yet also challenge the judgmental parent's harsh views. And then comes the most crucial part: communication. The healthy adult facilitates open dialogue between the heads, allowing them to understand each other's perspectives. The emotional child learns that it's okay to feel, and the judgmental parent realizes that it's not about being right or wrong, but about understanding and acceptance. Slowly, the heads start to appreciate each other's roles. The emotional child brings passion and spontaneity, the judgmental parent offers structure and guidance, and the healthy adult provides balance and perspective. This is not an overnight process. It takes time, patience, and a lot of self-reflection. But the result? A harmonious interaction between the heads, a dragon that is more balanced, more understanding, and ultimately, more at peace with itself. In the end, each head learns to respect and value the others, leading to a harmonious interaction within the dragon. It's a journey of self-discovery, a testament to the power of understanding and acceptance, and a reminder that harmony can indeed blossom from the unlikeliest of places.